What's going on, ladies and peasant pimps? Welcome on back inside King's Cup America. We are inside in our caster stations ready to go. I'm Dakota, your play-by-play. Got Jack Co-caster, Grant Observer, and of course Lord Lacoste, our king for this series. There it is, of course. We are into Infamous versus Iceberg game number 2. The draft is actually already underway, so let us go ahead and embark into the draft and on this new adventure. And an update, Monkeys Forever is out, and Rax is back on the team once again. Now, is this an upgrade or a downgrade, Jack, based on last game's performance? And the fact that they have now first picked Nature's Prophet.
That's hard to say. Monkeys played pretty well last game. So.
He did well. He did well.
But it's good having your team back, right? You can have a great player, but having your team it's always good.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing. Sorry, Jack.
All right.
Iceberg Esports is an organization that picked up this team. They are an actual. It seems like a little smallish one, but they are. You can follow them on Twitter. So they are.
This is
an
the
actual
only
organization. Yes.
Okay, but this is the only team that they've done anything esports with. Okay.
Yeah, they might have like another. I didn't actually look completely, but you know, a good friend from NA Dota.
Why Iceberg? Is it because they're cold? Is it because they're usually like an end boss? Like
maybe because an iceberg, you know, the iceberg did destroy the Titanic. I mean, it's a very strong
the
structure.
Of the owner of Iceberg Esports died on Titanic. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
His jewels are still underwater.
That purple, that purple necklace.
Took those jewels and invested them in the esports organization.
Oh, okay.
I love a team not to be underestimated. You get too cocky, you might, you know, just run into Iceberg and just get on them.
What was the name of that jewel at the end of Titanic that the old lady throws
Amethyst,
up?
ruby.
It's a ruby? I thought it was like purple.
It was an emerald, wasn't it?
Emerald. I'm just throwing out gems from Final Fantasy IX.
No, man.
Well, what color is it? Tell me.
It was like bluey purple.
That's a sapphire.
Sapphire?
I got it all tapped.
I don't know, whatever. Just look at the Diablo 2. Like, they have all the different...
Yeah, or Final Fantasy IX when you get them.
Or how about I just go to Titanic?
Or just watch the Titanic fast.
What was
a diamond?
It was a blue diamond.
Wait, wasn't it like the Louis, whatever, 14th something? Or
a lapis lazuli?
Lapis lazuli.
Lacu.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
It was...
I'm sorry, I was off
think
by
what
a
I was thinking,
couple
they called it the heart of the ocean.
Oh.
Remember
I'm sorry,
that
Louis the 16th.
And it was owned by Louis Armstrong.
Mistook him for the Sun
Louis
King.
Anderson.
Louis the 14th.
My jewels. Have fun. What's going on now? Jack's trying to tell a story about the kings of the present day.
I didn't hear anything.
Jack, tell us the story of your king.
Yeah, who's your king?
What? What does that mean? My king?
Yeah, who's your king again?
You?
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. Tell us about him.
Damn right.
Tell us about him.
You know, Lacoste usurped the throne from King Grant the Benevolent.
4 games, I just want to say.
He ruled for 4 games.
And we've yet to see so far what King Lacoste has brought to us.
So winner of the series gets the heart of the ocean from Titanic is what that's all about.
And guys, this is not a repeat of the first game, despite the fact that the drafts are exactly the same so far.
Yep.
The sides have been switched up.
A salty run back. I mean, is there a point, like as a captain, you're like, they want to play the same thing? We'll play the same thing.
I think there is.
There is, right?
Puppy was one of the captains that's kind of known for doing that, right? He's like, all right, we just didn't execute. We messed up one little thing. Let's tweak. Like, it shows a lot of confidence to be able to do that. And
different sides, too.
Also, if you're playing the style that Iceberg did in the first game, like very coordination heavy, it's all about like mobility, getting numbers quickly to small skirmishes. That's something that requires a lot of I think chemistry and coordination to play. So even though Monkeys we think had a pretty good performance, he's still not like a regular on this team, right? It's not. Maybe that changes things up. Having the guy that you do play. And then here is the first shake up in the draft that goes Shadow Shaman, which was banned in game 1 by Infamous. So.
So you still call him Shadow Shaman. I think I call him Shadow Shaman, but you both over there, I know, still call him Rasta.
Rasta.
So how come some heroes you'll just, and this I get it. There's some like Furion. I still naturally will say something like Furion, but how come only some heroes get the Dota 1 title still, and items Lothars? Also, people will still say Lothars.
Yeah, I say it from time to time.
Yeah. But they'll conform for some things, but how come you won't conform for everything?
Like, give us one we already confirmed for, and then I'll...
Mirana.
Yeah, Mirana.
I put Podum. But I call it Mirana more than Podum, so it's not as bad, yeah.
But you never called Storm, what was his name, Raijin something?
Yeah. But, yeah, he hasn't really changed his thing. I don't know, Rasta just... He looked like an actual Rasta. Yeah, that too, and, like, he was exactly the same for a long time as, like, his Warcraft 3 counterpart. So they just like morph together. I mean, this guy, he still looks like Furion. Let's be real. That's
it's
him.
easy
Yeah.
to say. Nature's prophet. It's just
Furion.
And
MP.
Fury.
It's a
Furion.
bad,
Yeah.
it's
too much
badass
tongue
name
power
for
to
sure.
say, you know.
MP.
NP's not as bad. It's weird, right? Why does he have the apostrophe in his name? Is it actually the nature's prophet? Like the nature is a godly being who has a prophet?
Or it's a lady, like Mother Nature. Mother
that's
Nature's
true.
prophet.
But that's not true. Oh,
just
that-
belongs to
I was about to
nature.
go into Warcraft 3 lore. I didn't want to bring this up. Let's not right now. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's
It's okay.
Ysira of
I
the
think I
dreaming, and that's
know-
bullshit, and we all know it.
Yeah, Ysira in Hearthstone is pretty BS. I mean, once you get the dream going, you
Don't
start getting
ever
this
talk about
concept.
Hearthstone again in my career ever.
Yeah, we're artifact people now.
You can make a decree when you're back on the throne, which is never.
I'm about to decree this. Never mind. Yeah, some bands: Batrider, Nyx,
Cool.
Weaver. Cool. But for real, don't get me
Couple
started
of
on Ysira.
bugs get banned on Infamous's side. Batrider taken off the table. So what did Infamous pick third?
Dazzle.
They banned the Brood Mother again.
Yep, they
Again,
picked
the only
Dazzle.
time we'd see Brood Mother in this tournament was in the hands of Jenkins Dota, but I guess Infamous maybe in scrims or in other games have been pulling out Brood Mother occasionally. Not too sure what that's all about, but
Broodmother in that game with Phantom Lancer. These two, I have no idea what kind of picks.
yeah,
those
Leviathan's
were, to
always a
be
special
honest.
treat. Yeah, so
Now, was it BSJ, right?
Yeah.
Picking those heroes?
let's see. What Infamous picked up, though.
Well, let's possibly overthink things here. Right? So, like, if the Broodmother is picked, then let's see. So, can't you web directly out of the sprout and destroy the trees?
You can.
Thank you.
And then don't your spiderlings just instantly like massacre Shadow Shaman wards? I mean, there is splash, right? But it's 2 hits per ward. So, I mean, I don't know if that's too far fetched.
It would
of a
help.
reason,
I don't think that's the reason they banned
Okay.
it, but it definitely is very good against it.
I'm not sure how summoned units counts as when they attack the wards.
It's just a hero that
Which
would
is-
be very
yeah.
difficult to kill and apply a lot of lane pressure. And yeah, it's
Hey.
But they had 3 more picks. I
lane
guess,
versatility
but,
too. I mean,
yeah.
you can run mid.
AA though comes out, third pickup, and a change up for Infamous's side now. A little bit of global presence there. If someone is set up from the Earthshaker or the Puck with Coil, he can kind of land that jumper. But all right, Clockwork comes out now.
I've heard
The old
multiple-
4-position
Yeah,
clock.
I've heard multiple NA captains say this hero is just a worse version of every other 4 hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a time when he was first picked or
Yeah.
banned
Man,
all
it's
the time, but
crazy.
nothing changed. Like
Yeah.
he was nerfed a little bit, if I remember correctly.
He got like double downgraded because it was like 3rd position clock was good for a bit, and 4 is fine because then you can at least get the farm to do what you got to do. He doesn't need items; he just needs the skills to be able to do his thing. And now they're like, now you're like low tier 4.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I think his just
Yeah, but that just confirms the theory we were talking about in the game number 1. People just try to copy what other people are doing.
I mean, I would rather see like just a Clockwork doing Clockwork things as a 4 than someone picking like Earth Spirit who doesn't play it often and rolls and flops and doesn't farm at all. I feel like at least Clockwork will always have like a hook shot that you can pretty much get a good landing with. The cogs to work with, the battery salt, those are all pretty guaranteed.
This is also the new phase, Sanking. The hero was picked pretty much all the time, especially during the Star League Invitational, Star Ladder. Especially Newbie picked it. These two combined, AA Sanking was kind of their classic opening.
Which one's going the offlane between Sand King and Earthshaker on the same team? That's
probably Sand
freaking.
King, but
This is like some ridiculous team fight on Infamous. It's pretty ridiculous.
and that's why they picked Anti-Mage, right?
Yeah,
to
right.
avoid team fights, farm up. Even if he does get picked off,
Yeah, but this is all magical damage on
Yeah,
side of
exactly.
Infamous.
they're gonna
That's a
have to
good
get
pick.
a very
The
hard.
clock might have been picked as something the other team would look for as an answer to the Nature's Prophet. And in this case,
Yeah, they're on the same team, Jack.
I know they didn't want Infamous to consider taking it.
Intriguing.
That happens. It's nine
It does.
picks.
No. So what does Infamous need? They need a super hard physical carry, right? Or do they just go eggs in a basket here?
Do you go Spectre and get the global along with like your AA and someone else who can
We've seen
scale?
one Spectre so far.
Yeah.
It had a rough 19-minute game.
It was rough, but maybe
I mean,
it's seen
you
it.
could.
I guess. Morphling.
I think they can go push to try to punish this. They have such
Oh,
good
yeah?
team fight. If they manage to gather early on, it's going to be very hard for the anti-mage to come online. There's not a lot of wave clear from Iceberg. I wouldn't be surprised to see something along the TB or Lycan type of route here for Infamous.
I like the
Like-
morph idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good counter to Anti-Mage. You just use the ulti on him, burn his mana. They have enough lockdown for him, can split push, can deal with the split push coming out from Nature's Prophet as well.
This is a lot like last game, right? Like Infamous is a little more team fight and coordinated, but I mean, they've shown they can play it, while the other side has NP, AM. They want to create a little more chaos, but one mistake in AM or an NP dying in the mid to late game, you just like get pushed in and lose.
Clock is also really good against Earthshaker and AA. Like basically those, like if you sit on top of it, you basically can't do anything in the fight.
Nah,
Yeah, it is. Okay, I said he's going to play TA yesterday. He's bringing it out here. That is TA, AM, and NP. Is there like creeps on the map for that?
No.
Like, that's a lot
Not
of
enough
creeps.
creeps.
This is a pretty greedy lineup for sure. I mean, someone's going to be super starved.
Yeah,
Again,
this
a
game.
lot of
The supports.
vision and mobility. You've got the traps. You've got the rockets. And
But the creeps, Jack.
A lot of
The
vision.
creeps, Jack.
A lot of mobility. You got two basically. You got a blinker and the teleportation and the clockwork as well. So
Yeah.
kind of the same philosophy you see like in the drafting. That's what they want to be able to do.
So I'm curious, yeah, if Infamous ramp it up. You're saying heavy push. I know Lacoste was also saying like Morphling could just balance out the late game. What's it going to be? The CK again. Was it that?
No,
was it
that
Infamous picked it up? No.
that was Retsu, VGJ.
I think that fits. That kind of fits the bill. You have he's a better lane comboer than maybe some of those other heroes we talked about.
And you can kill AM early. with
Yeah, I
CK.
expect them maybe to go for aggressive tri lane, leave Sanking solo against Nature's Prophet, which is a good idea.
Yep.
And how do you fight into if the CK gets farmed? How do you fight into those illusions with this lineup early mid game? It's very difficult.
They
Hope
have
your-
nothing
hope
to
your TA
clear the
owns.
illusions. TA
Sideblade.
splash. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
If he doesn't farm, yeah, they're going to be in for a world of hurt.
Infamous, man, their drafting looks really good. Each game.
I just always like, yeah, I love how they go for the more team fight heavy. You know, I mean, this is complete opposite drafts right now. Team fight heavy versus we want to farm and split push the map.
The draft is very straightforward. Like there's not. It's a bit of like a newbie characteristic, right? Like it's pretty steady. Like it's pretty clear what you want to be doing most of the time. Iceberg is a little bit more of a razor's edge lineup. Like they really have to not get run over. They have to pick their spots very carefully with fights.
Yep.
But I applaud that too, because even if you take a couple losses trying to do something like that, or if it's a tougher game for you to play, it's high risk, high reward, right?
Yep. And here we go. Looks like we already got everyone up. It will be the Pepita Sand King. Like Lacoste said, I wouldn't doubt if they do solo him in the bottom lane against somebody in an aggro try.
I heard somewhere, and I'm seeing it here, the Clairvoyance. Does he like not own any Dota hats or whatever?
What do you mean, like?
He did. He does like no cosmetics.
I don't believe he likes you. Him and Mason.
I heard he's like one of the people who are like not
him and
anti-cosmetic
Mason,
people.
They just hate it. Oh, I don't want
My
to say.
God, just every
Here,
game
everyone,
with
let's
these
go down the line
people.
and give one word how you think this game is going to be.
How you think this game is going to be?
In one word.
In one word. One word.
That's my word.
Gassy.
Gassy.
Fun.
Wow.
Jack?
Wild.
Wild. Relax, Jack.
Dakota, what do you got?
I.
This guy's really trying to think of some word like
Marvelous.
Mark Stratton.
Grunchulescent. Yeah.
Is that a word?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you convinced me. I like it. Patience is
So
from Joe.
Clairvoyance doesn't have any cosmetics.
He doesn't. Well, I mean, he just doesn't use them.
I've got a theory that explains this. Like every few, you know how he always like joins a team or somewhere and then he just like stops for a little bit. That's when he just like decides he goes through the same cycle where he's like, I'm never gonna play Dota ever again. I'm just gonna delete all my cosmetics and quit the game. And then at some point he gets talked back into it.
If they win
And
this,
welcome back to King's Cup. The game is resuming.
Woo! Oh shit! The Mighty King's duck is here. The fuck is that?
That's my duck. What the duck?
Congratulations on your duck.
What? Just a plate?
All right, cook it up and eat it. Okay, that's got to
Thank you,
stop.
Shannon.
Someone get that thing. All right.
Yeah, just leave it there.
All right. Well, the duck is out, and we're gonna get underway.
I can't see the inventory.
And we already see a little bit of all chatting. We saw Bryle hit him with the puck only silly face.
The puck only silly face. Bryle, I mean, he had a stellar couple of games yesterday. One on the Queen of Pain, then a crazy good one on the Invoker, and then that last game he got raffle stomped.
Yeah, I mean, Leo style, like Lacoste was talking about, Leo style is just, he just looks good. He knows exactly what he's doing in lane at all times. Like, even these kind of, I would say Puck probably beat Storm in the early-ish phase, but I mean, he was just making a child of the child.
Yeah, but Puck does not beat TA. She beats TA in the first couple of levels until level 3.
Yeah.
Then he gets a level 2 refraction, then it's hard to take down all those charges,
Lacoste,
especially on level 5.
This is what I meant. So you can stand backwards and pick up the rune. That's all I meant. Because you can pick it up without turning around.
So how do you do it?
Just like this. You just pick it up. You just click it. It doesn't turn you around. Okay, he did it wrong. He did it wrong. No, that's on him. He just. I'm sure Bryle did. I don't know what that was
the
about.
efficiency just.
Not everyone likes to
wasn't
turn the ass around like you, Grant.
No, that
Not
was.
alright.
This guy is. He's making me look.
I
Come
like
on, Leo.
to
I like
watch
you.
people in the face.
What if
while
Grant's
I
just
talk.
imagining things?
Okay, go.
If
go
they
Dakota.
win and Leo calls in, then you could just kindly
will.
remind him about it, Grant.
That he fucked up,
That
yeah,
he
for
fucked
sure.
up. Yeah, for sure. Dual lane set up already. It looks like towards the bottom lane. We got Jabs going to be joining up Charlie on the AM. A dual lane setup, taking on Pepita, the solo Sand King at the moment. Caustic should be able to help him go in that melee square off, while mid lane Leo style already getting bumped back. It's Clairvoyance here, the non-cosmetic Clockwork. Happy to be the bouncer of the lane and zone him back.
They should add that you can turn off the cosmetics from other people.
I'm
that
surprised
that
they
would be
haven't.
cool.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that for a while. Bottom lane, though, lots of trouble here. Pepita gets shackled up, but look at this. Excel shows up, hits him with the chili fingers, and now the right clicks begin to come out, and those stack. So, get a little bit of harassment coming up from both fronts.
I like the lane setup by Dyer better already. Because what does an Earthshaker do in a dual lane up top?
Nothing.
Throw out one stun.
Well, then just need the level 2 CK and then they can kill him.
Sure.
And they're going to give him the space so he can get to that level 2 right now, and already Stinger has rotated all the way over now towards this mid lane. Bryle is up on the hill. Looks a little tempting if he wanted to move in and get a stun. He actually ends up going for it, but just some mild harassment it would be.
Oh, that's already a disaster for a Puck.
Yeah.
12-3 against 5-1. Yeah, that should not happen.
He did have some help, so his.
Oh yeah, he had a Clockwork. Never mind.
And he got like double cleaved by the first 2 creeps.
Yeah.
That's on him though.
I was watching a soundboard.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Some Dakota. Sorry.
No, it's all
Double
good.
click him here.
Jabs is just feeding up a couple of bounty runes, or a couple of runes rather, as he picks up the haste, then swiftly grabs up the bounty rune. Comes back towards this bottom lane, has that shackle still, but no intimate setup. But they're thinking about it. Pepita's confidently forward here, but Stinger's also right behind, and so's Excel. We might get frisky here in the bottom lane, but no one looking to make the first move. Finally, there goes the cold
The
feet.
range of the shackle, what?
What?
I think they had a chance there. There needed to be the stun coming out from Pepita, and then the follow up with everything else, and they probably had a chance, but Pepita elected not to stun the anti-mage.
Yeah, there's some tension here in the bottom lane. Clairvoyant's just watching from the outside a bit, but do not feel confident kind of stomping down both Pepita and Stinger. Wealth of stuns between the two of them. I mean, that's like the Bash Brothers right there. We were talking a bit about Mighty Ducks. I'd say Sand King and Earthshaker kind of fit that bill.
Oh yeah.
His whole team is Bash Brother.
Well, they're ready to go.
Oh, moves in. Bottom lane. Stinger gets hit with the smack. Charlie's going to be forced to jump out and away. And he's going to be fine. And I can't really hear the Dota game, I think is what it is. Fissures. There's the stun.
Me either.
AM's in trouble. Charlie trying to make it away. Oh,
Nice
Kong
spike.
blocked it out.
It'd be
And
great if
he
he
is
blinked
barely
up
alive.
and they both got just pushed up there and killed him.
Oh, he's
Ah,
they're
there we
gonna do
go.
so much damage with that enchantment.
Oh, smack. Claire goes down. It's going to be picked up from
Pepita.
Excel. Wow, indeed. First blood going the way of Infamous here. There. Oh, the alt chat. They're popping off right now.
Damn, we tagged
Jab's
those.
giving it right back at him.
I think it's coming for me. Should I turn up the game sound a little? While we're
No,
in a
no, we're
lull?
good now. I hear it better now.
Okay.
I think production got it up.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a me thing, you know.
No.
I'm not known for my, you know.
I mean, you fuck up a lot, but this one's not
Yeah.
on you. I mean, we can blame it, though.
They call me Jack Jr.
Jack Jr.
or Jack Johnson. Nice smooth voice.
Jack Jack. Yeah.
It's not your fault, Grant.
25-9 now for Bryle on that mid TA. Puck on the other side, 16-6. A fight for the rune, but the rune is actually bottom. Jabs is there to be able to pick it up. It's an invis, but over off in the distance, it's a Clairvoyant's Clockwork. Dishing out the battery assault as he's looking to go for a bit of rune contention on his side. Leo style could be in a bit of trouble. Walking forward already with low life, gets shackled up and easily finished off. Did not have eyes on that bottom rune, so they did not know what was coming their way, and it was an invis.
This is the lone bright spot right now for Iceberg, I think. Well, the lanes are doing okay, but they need Brile to be able to snowball here.
Well, Nature's Prophet's pretty farmed as well.
Are they going to make stacks for him here? I don't see one there or there yet, so maybe something they're going to be looking on in the future. But look at Pepita squaring off against Clairvoyance right under the shrine. And now Clairvoyance has to run, but Brax is here to help on out. But suddenly it's a 2-on-2. They're looking to move in. They need a bit more mana, but the stuns could be coming. He can't catch with the Enchant Totem, but a two-man Burrow Strike is there. Clairvoyance, one more right click will bring him down, and there it is. But he catches him within the cogs. Can Brax bring him down with the right clicks? Yes, he can. And Brax is just swagging his way up the high ground, and he's out of there. See you later.
Familiar sight for Brax swagging away against multiple people after getting killed. Especially after yesterday. That was a bit of a reach, but it's all right.
We'll allow it, Jack. Well, good stuff, fighting back already.
Oh, this CK looks so poor when he has no no stats items. 300
CS.
mana, yeah.
32 and 9.
Do you remember, sorry, this is a do you remember thing. Remember when a CK's level 1 crit was 1% chance for like 100 times damage or whatever? Remember that? No?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I should remember, but I don't.
It was really weird. It was just like a 1% chance for 100 times crit or something really stupid.
Was it the crit spell or was that his ultimate at the time?
Yeah, it was just his critical.
Did he always have Phantasm?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Could be wrong.
Rotations to the bottom. Clairvoyance leading out the charge. He's got Jabs right behind him. Stinger spots him, smacks him with a totem, hits him with the fissure. And then the right clicks come out. Clairvoyance is just suddenly overwhelmed. They were going in with the intentions to get some work done, but they find themselves in a bit of an ambush.
Damn.
So it is Iceberg trying to go out swinging in these side lanes, looking for some other success, but it is difficult. Best thing going for him, like you were mentioning before, Jack, was really Brile in this mid lane, and they're going to have to bank on him to be able to kind of snowball up. But it looks like Infamous already recognized that this Brile could be a bit of a problem. He's trying to make a move in for Leo style, but he has just been baited, boy. They smack him down with the coil. Stinger's happy to walk on in, times out the stun, but they don't have enough firepower to go for the finish, and now rotations are coming out. Brax is able to teleport in, and boop, right on top of the head. They're going to hit him with the ulti, and he gets finished off. Now Jabs gets the Hex, but here comes the CK. Kotaro looking to swing it on out. Jabs heads out the other direction. Nice little sprout is there, and Excel is going to get finished as Brile cleans it up.
The fissure was a little bit off the mark there. It didn't connect with the Templar Assassin, and also, if the fissure was cast so that it would block off the ramp, it would stop the Shadow Shaman from coming onto high ground and assisting. But as it was, they stopped him from getting the kill on TA and paid for with his own life right afterwards.
I'll take your truth.
That could have been a very hairy situation for Brile. It looked like they were going to get a good bait turnaround, but good support comes in from Team Iceberg, and Brile will be able to walk away and just kind of do some ancient farm. Still didn't have any massive stacks to kind of fall back on, but just a good bit of a side economy to work with instead, and it looks like he's just trying to finish out his upgraded boots here. But do you think there should be any preference for Brile as far as picking up a Blink or picking up a Deso? You know, you're calling for like a snowball kind of a play. Do you think the Blink is necessary in that case? It feels like they might lack damage, though.
I think the Blink's pretty important. He wants to be able to move and not be locked in place by just not brought down immediately by initiation.
Yeah, he wants to have mobility to kill. AA has no escape mechanism, also Earthshaker as well.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a good chase, actually, on the side of Ice. Clockwork batteries, Cog, Rasta needs to be really careful about positioning himself.
I mean, imagine
the Shackle and Hex.
BKB's got to be a priority also for Brile this game, right? There's just
but it's classic Blink Dagger into Deso, BKB.
Yeah.
Maybe even get a Force Staff as well. But BKB is a must-have. Yeah, that's the safest play he can go for.
Yeah, I'm curious about the timing that they'll be permitted from Infamous to be able to build up something like that, so I scope out the CK to see how his farm's doing. Top lane, Pepita rolls in with the Burrow strike, the epicenter, but Charlie just happy to just blink away. Maybe Stinger trying to move in for a bit of a lockdown, but couldn't get close enough.
That was ambitious.
Not sure what
Very
the plan
ambitious.
was there.
Yeah.
Even if he cast Enchanted Totem and Cold Feet, he would still have enough time to blink away. There was no follow-up. Earthshaker is not level 6 yet.
Charlie's still here. I don't think, unless they can time everything out, Cold Feet, Burrow Strike, Fissure there, but actually I think it just came up short. So he's able to duck on out. Charlie, though, still very low. The Caustic pops, and he's got to blink away.
He has no mana on Sanking.
He does not.
Oh, man. And they end up catching him.
Charlie had blink ready. He could have got it away.
Yeah, for like 3 seconds. Got nervous.
For more thoughts on the matter, we turn to King Lacoste.
I mean, how much do you think, like, is it like a nerves thing? Should he have just blinked away, or what, like, was he waiting to maybe farm the lane again, or what was he doing?
Well, I guess he just thinks maybe they think that he will go into the other side blink, so he just goes for more natural thing, just hide there.
Yeah.
It's just
Makes
a
sense. Yeah.
double mindfuck.
He's back in the lane now, though.
He lost the game, though.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want those kind of moments to end up coming back and costing you, but look at this. Jabs had been hiding within the trees. Stinger, though, comes in to help out Brax. Misses the Sprout, but he is going to be able to clean up what they started, and Stinger should also be going down. Good counterplay to come out from Iceberg. The patience from Jabs waiting within those trees for the setup, and they earn a 2-for for it. Still, plenty of space happening, though, for your CK in the bottom lane. It looks like him and Excel are kind of going hand in hand, and they're making a jump play right now. Looking to get a hold of Clairvoyance. He gets shredded apart. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice rotation there by Brax. Again, like Nature's Prophet just setting the pace for his team, but each time that happens, it exposes their lanes. And, the CK getting a little bit more free space now. Did a good job avoiding ganks before, too, with the Nature's Prophet there and a couple people standing behind him. He didn't have vision, but he just knew that something was probably up if the Nature's Prophet seemed too vulnerable.
And with that means the armlet's done. Mid lane, possible jump for Leo style here coming out from Bryle, but now he finds the welcoming of the Burrow. Quick coil there. Ice Blast coming. There's the Epi. There's the destruction. Iceberg quickly lose to Brax trying to get in on the action, but
they're all dead!
There's only 2, though.
That puck saved the Roth was coming up to sheep him right, and the puck just disjoints it with his ulti. That was so good by them. That's just like Jack said, the high team. Like if he missed that one thing, they're losing 2 heroes. Instead, they get 2 heroes, and now they get a tower. 2 heroes and a tower.
Quick reactions from Infamous. I mean, Excel was so fast to get that Ice Blast even to that lane. The Sand King was right there and prepared.
Yeah,
and you know, ping advantages, disadvantages, doesn't really feel like it, whatever, with Infamous. They've been pretty damn sharp.
Okay, Observer.
Yes.
Yes, my liege.
You want the net worth before 15 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a very strange ask. Cause
no, I just want to see, because TA has 30 more creeps than
only Dakota asks for stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. Cost you out of
I'm just doing you the favor,
and I respect that.
because otherwise there'll be an uprising from the people out there who are just
I'm
like,
a 15-minute guy.
They freak out.
I'm more of a CS guy. Just want to see the difference between Puck and TA.
Hit the buy. Wait, where's fantasy?
Yeah, buyback. That's what we need.
Dude, look at this A. It's
fantasy. Damn. Smoke movement coming
this
out
AA
from
is the Ezekiel Elliott of this game right now, I think.
Yeah, minus the being banned for a few games.
Oh, dunk onto the mid lane. Iceberg, though, and company happy to shred him on apart, but they are still going to end up losing Clairvoyance here. But look at the fire back coming out from Bryle. He secures the double kill. Brax is there to help set up. They will end up losing Little Jabs, but a 2-for-4 trade, a monster fight there for Iceberg, and it's going to mean they get the tier 1 as well.
You saw this a little bit from Infamous last game as well. Maybe some fights or the positioning of some things leave room for Iceberg to exploit. That's what they did right there with the team fight. Just didn't get their spells off in ideal order, and then that allowed Iceberg to disrupt it and come in, take some important counter kills. And that's going to drop the tower as well, which is very likely to happen against this lineup that puts up a lot of lane pressure out there. So nice fight there from Iceberg.
Didn't even really need much of the AM as far as that, so he's able to continue farming. Up near the Roche pit, though, CK's in trouble. Here comes Pepita to help out. The Ice Blast, though, there to connect on 3. Can they get the finish for CK? No, he toggles his way out of it. They turn around and just decimate out Iceberg just as they were able to get the morale high.
Wow!
They get shut down yet again.
Cursed him hard.
That's
Yep.
just the
Nice
team
curse,
fight.
guys.
I mean, we knew they had more team fight, and they're showing it.
That was a
Leo
splendid
style.
showing right there, and this is going to get them their own +1 Tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
Yeah. With the tower, is Earthshaker getting close to his blink?
Let me give it a check here, young sire. Yeah.
Oh,
If
better
he
get back to
farms
the
2 more
action,
lanes-
though.
No, I'm
CK
already
could be
there.
in trouble again, but he might be teasing him again.
Whoa.
He toggles his way out, slams him down, and the AM also going
he makes
down.
it.
Wait, fuck? To kill the AM? That's on me.
Whoop, fissure there. Brax in potential trouble. Is he blocked inside? He tries to pull out some trees, but he just also gets annihilated. Back-to-back fights, swinging the way for Infamous.
This is this Qatar, right? Where he's the Huskar god. He's just armlet toggling. He's a Husk right now. This guy doesn't give a.
He looks like
two
he's
Fs.
just easy to take down, but Iceberg,
Imagine if he dies to creeps right now.
The EE.
that would be the classic.
How he had to use the magic stick.
That would be proof that the curse is real. But that's a huge death for the anti-mage.
Yeah, that was
You
on
really
me,
just
guys.
want to. He doesn't have boots. You want to stay out of these fights till you have at least a battle for
Whoa.
delays him even further.
Top of the river there. Ice Blast. Not going to be there, but it is going to be a kill nonetheless on 2 jabs. Little jabs walking around, maybe trying to get some ward action down. He was spotted.
There's a lot of just kills, like random kills. I forgot. There's a TA with the blink. That's on me, guys. I'm 100% more zoned in now.
All right, we'll believe it.
I was
when
already
we
at
see it.
95%. I'm
When
on
we see the kills, we'll
195.
believe it there.
All right.
Had enough of your false
Brax bottom
promises,
lane,
Grant.
Grant. Here we go.
Oh,
A
I'm
jump
already
in
there.
between him and Clairvoyance as they get a hold of Stinger. Stinger, before he goes, wants to throw out a dunk.
him.
He could have turned
Hit
around
him.
and hit Brax, but he lets Brax go.
I don't think
and
he
he
would've
tries to
killed
run
him.
with his own life. But hey, CK's here now. It doesn't matter, and they might be able to get the jump at least on Clairvoyance while they go for that. Ice Blast out, looking to go for Brax. Brax, though, still within the trees, hiding out. And it looks like he'll be fine.
He made the right play. He wouldn't have killed Brax with that enchant totem, I think.
You don't think so?
No, he
He has a low HP. Oh, he has drums actually. What's his HP?
He wouldn't have. I
He
already
had like
did it.
150 HP.
He had
or
150
something.
versus 164. Then you minus the armor. It's going to be about 138.5 a hit.
You just made it up.
No. Who's got to doubt? Anyone want to doubt me?
What's important is it wouldn't have been enough to kill him. And then
Retard
Matt filled
alert,
its purpose here.
It's the King's favorite button for sure. South Park fan. Do you like South Park? Or-
Yeah,
or
yeah,
with Grant, or do you think that's another movie? Or another
I love
show
South
like
Park.
South Park's cool.
Because it's very contemporary and it actually gives real stuff. And
Yeah, I think the last season was
You
not
like?
that good.
it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best.
I mean, there's like 40 seasons or whatever,
yeah.
guys.
There's
Bryle-
like 17, 18 seasons. I think,
Bryle has a
already
death
all
so
right.
blink at Quillatreads now. This guy is. They
Yep.
may be winning team fights on Radiant, but this guy can tear them
Wow.
apart.
Yeah, he's
solo.
like 2,000 ahead of the next closest person in the game. So he's pretty yoked.
Arcane Rune Refraction.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Jack. Dyer is losing all these team fights, but Bryle's getting a lot of farm. What do you tell him? Like, what does Bryle need to show up to these fights?
Jump in Clairvoyance mid lane, actually, at the
He
moment.
definitely does. I mean,
Yeah,
that,
but
that was the game plan. Give Bryle a great lane and
He needs to
you
show
know, allow
up when
him
he
to,
gets
to
it.
kind of snowball from that. Everyone else applies some lane pressure. I think Charlie's having a rough game on his anti-mage, but he's going to start to come online soon. At the very least, he's going to keep the lanes
boy.
pushed.
Here we
oh,
go.
the good positioning from
Whoa.
Infamous there.
Yeah, back to the shrine they go to hustle on out, while on the other front, it's Bryle looking to swing onto somebody. He spots up Pepita, but behind it, CK crushing it on down, takes out the Shaman, but 3 already dropped from Infamous's side. The CK looking to move it onto Bryle, but the rest of Iceberg are going to be rolling in, so CK has to bail. It's him and Leo style at the moment. Leo still has a Dream Coil here, but it was just a awkward confrontation. It will cost Infamous a little bit.
I didn't see Puck's positioning. I don't know why he didn't use ulti.
He, like, when he jaunted in, they had already split. I don't know. I think it was just very good positioning from Dyer.
Well, CK is not the best hero against TA. Like,
Yeah.
his casting point of Reality Rift is just, I think, the most annoying thing in Dota.
I think that's impacting
But you
them
can't
right
take
now.
the refraction off.
The thing that's impacting them is they do have 2 Midases on Infamous.
Yeah, I saw Leo style and Kataro.
The CK and Puck, and so that's going to slow them down a little bit for some of these fights. But it's still going to be dangerous early on, just mainly because his anti-mage just feels very
Oh,
far
Jabs trying to go for a D ward. Stinger happy to jump up over the hills to Grandma's house to be able to take him down. Quick kill there. And they'll take the ward as well.
Did Anti-Mage finish the Bell Fury?
Yeah.
behind. He's got,
What else does he have?
about to finish his treads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, slow, but not terrible.
He needs to stop dying, just play it safe. TA, once he finishes the BKB, she can just fight alone. Kill AA, kill Earthshaker, no defensive item on both of the heroes so far.
Clairvoyance.
Sanking is dying in team fights against TA. I mean, the Sandstorm is maxed. You go, Dakota, your time to
Yeah,
shine.
Clairvoyance had been taunting at them a bit, thinking about a hook shot. This time he makes the move for CK. CK turns around, gets the pullback, looking to go for Brax. Two-man burrow, coil combo. And they're going to help get the takedown of 1 and 2 coming out from Iceberg. But here comes Bryle into action with company. They're trying to lock and stun them down. They get a hold of CK and they will pop him, making it a 2-for-2 trade. Now a hunt for Pepita, but Pepita is able to blink away, and that will be the split. Right down the middle here, core and a support on each side. The takedown of CK, though, is pretty tasty.
Yeah, but the BOT is finished on Puck. Furion can't split push that much. Plus he has a Midas, so Yule Scepter's gonna come pretty soon. He won't be able to TP out, can just control the Furion and the split push.
Ryle almost has a BKB on TA.
TP'd over to the Roche pit. Wanted to still scout it out with that Ice Blast.
Nature's Prophet has his Orchid up as well, so I think Infamous maybe thought that they had a bit of a window. Obviously, AM is still very far from his Manton, so they wanted to put together a push there. But nice initiation on the fight.
Ooh,
going
smoke
with
rollout.
Iceberg, and some spells a bit off the mark as well for Infamous there. So
They caught little Charlie farming up in the woods up top. Nice, successful smoke movement, and with that, 3 of their heroes earn a talent.
you can see Lacoste smile from here.
For those who don't know, that's not Charlie Yang. This is the Swedish Charlie. Oh, nice hook
Mid
on the
lane.
Earthshaker.
Yep, coming out from the
Not Night
rafters.
Cogs, though.
Can't quite get the connection with the cogs, but they are still going to allow Bryle to be able to slam it down.
Oh.
Haste is out, a move in, epi play, trying to go for the finish on Brax. Can they get it? Yes, the right click's there from Leo style. Can they get redemption, though? Looking to make a move for Pepita. Bryle's thinking about it, now looks to jump back as Leo style. Snipes down a
Styling
kill
on them.
from behind, takes out Jabs. Can he make it away? The Madman? Oh, beautiful. 2-man burrow coming out from Pepita from the low ground. Will make things difficult for Iceberg to pursue. It looks like Clairvoyance will be able to make it away just barely. And all the meanwhile, split pressure coming out here from the CK, from the AA in that top lane.
Yeah, he activated the ult as well, so he's going to be able to pound on these towers for a little bit with those illusions, get some damage on it.
It's unhealable, Jack.
I was just about to.
Unhealable damage.
Look at this.
I
It's
don't wanna beat
it,
you to it, Greg.
That's
oh no, he's beating
half.
on the Y.
I don't know.
He's got him on
I
attack
don't
move,
know.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
That
that's
would have
not right.
actually taken this down to like
Half, for
400.
sure.
Oh, a little bit of misplay, but Katara, you know, I'm not going to ever flame Katara. My man has a full Reaver.
Check the Earthshaker.
Yes, sir.
What do you think Sobi mask is for? Just a casual
That's a
Earthshaker?
Sage's mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Sobi
Sobi's
mask.
Dota
Yeah, I
one,
know.
okay.
That's one of the. I think I
Both
actually call
ours.
that Sage's now, actually, surprisingly.
Okay.
I don't
So you
know
did
who
convert
Sage
it.
is, but I know who Sobi is, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be Sobi's mask.
Sobi the Wizard.
Mid lane,
Galaron.
guys. We got smoke approach. Bryle, quick jump, spots out the shaker, and takes him out in just 3 shots. Nearly 2. Oh, nice BKB. Just as the stun was getting ready to come out, actually, it was a pump fake.
Bam, bam.
But he is happy to use that BKB to just annihilate out Excel. And we're not done yet. Jump in possibly to look to go for Leo style. They hit him up with the silence. They bump him back a bit. He does get the shift. Can he jump away? Doesn't look like it. Puck is gone.
Roche time.
And it is time for Iceberg to be able to move in for the Roche pit and take it apart. And it should not take much time at all.
Unless he gets bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Puck's not up, so I don't think they would really want to contest this at this point.
Pepita swinging at him a bit. Bryle says you want to go, but here comes Stinger from behind, able to get the finish onto Jabs. He's going to be taken out, and now the CK looking to go into action. They're doing this, though, without their puck. Here comes the Ice Blast. Nice connection there. We'll help them get the finish. Bryle's going to be taken out of this. We'll make the Roche very difficult, and the CK lives on. Look at Infamous go, shutting down Iceberg from being able to go for the Roche. all without their puck play too.
Well, I was dead wrong.
Yeah,
about
I was
that.
just gonna say, Jack, eat your words right
I
on
thought,
that
I thought they were
moment.
going to stand there and just take the Roche, but they go chasing after the Sand King. Gives Infamous time to respawn and come to the shrine, and then they managed to hold them off.
Wait,
there,
what?
so-
That's on me. He had vision with the tree and ulted him, I assume.
I didn't see it either, but that's my bad.
But then, I gave you the play-by-play of what happened in the
Thank you.
replay.
Good spot out and snipe from Team Iceberg there to get this takedown of CK.
Damn. That's just impressive. Heart. Oh, my. Just a full heart. This guy's got to be pretty jacked. He's going to look like you, Jack. Jacked.
That's. I'm not sure if that's a great thing at this point. I
Jack, you look great.
don't have the haircut that you do, though.
That's true, and I don't take care of it. Fuck you guys.
Split pressure coming out from Infamous as they obviously want to maintain more of the map control here. I'm loving some of these little side pickups too. It looks like a Lotus is going to be queued up for Pepita rather on the Sand King, while a Force Staff is just about complete here for Stinger too. More mobility, more defensive items. The CK is going to be hard enough to kill with the heart. He's going to have all that extra help too. Ooh, jump in from Leo here. Stinger finds out Clairvoyance with the fissure. The orbs forward. Leo wants to commit on in and get this clockwork out of the game, even with the coil here. CK now will help finish the job. And now it's going to be Iceberg down one member here as they push the mid lane.
I hit some button that's making it follow stuff. Do you know what that button is?
Ooh, what button is that?
G.
G?
Yeah.
No.
Dyer's middle tower
I don't
has
know.
Well,
G's
you never
actually
hit
the
a
talk.
G spot in your life, so it's probably not a G.
Got him.
I'm actually, well, I'm still not missing kills because I'm on the king, but
is under attack.
Mid lane, here we go. A siege up to the high ground, but the same thing is happening for Iceberg in the bottom lane. It's a trade from both sides, Observer, so make sure you catch all the action
I'm getting
here.
both. It looks like most of the
CK
powers
Illusions
in
have
here.
actually been sent top, so they want to take 2 tier 3s here, but
Okay,
the base is being
Yules.
threatened, and because the
Move
CK
in.
ulted, he's not going to be able to have it to defend his base.
Tower
So they're going to try to do some damage up here. CK Illusions expiring in 15 seconds, still pounding on that Rax.
He went for the melee Rex healable.
There is double confrontations happening here while they're making the move for CK here in the mid lane. There's a jump for the AM also on the bottom. Can they get a hold of CK? Bryle's going to help go for the finish. Now they look to run for Excel. It looks like Charlie was able to make it away from trouble, but
CK Illusions did finish that barracks up top. So
Brax is going to get a hold of AA. But yeah, like you mentioned, Jack, CK was able to kind of do the job, getting a nice racks down and a tier 3 in the mid lane. In addition to that, Iceberg only
I
able to
like
get
what
the one tier
Iceberg
3.
did there. Like the Clairvoyance death again. It was a kind of like a scouting death, right? It saw them, let them see exactly what Infamous had there. As soon as that happened, they responded instantly by going bottom, applying more pressure there, and taking the high ground. So even if the trade didn't ultimately work out wonderfully for them, they lost the barracks, but they did kill the CK and the AA. It still tells me that like they're very set in what their game plan was going to be. There's no real hesitation there. It wasn't we're going to fight this. It was we're going to force the CK to ult and push
Network.
bottom so he can't come back.
Yeah, I'm trying to wait up. I'm trying to just hitting every key here.
Maybe it's like caps lock or tab or
It's
something.
Radiant's
Y.
top shrine is
Oh,
under
here comes
attack.
another joke. No, it's not Y.
Oh, try one of the mouse buttons
It
on
is
the
Y.
side.
No, I meant I'm trying
Then
to make
it's Z
it.
if it's not your keyboard.
Or spacebar, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, we got it. We're all
No,
good.
we're
We're
not
Okay.
good.
We're not good.
We
You're
got the
good.
net worth now, but it's
It's Y.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
no, that didn't do anything. We don't need the net worth, Lacoste. I need to make it so it doesn't just follow around people.
Sorry, Grant. Don't lose your temper.
Mark,
Just keep your
well,
keep your
oh,
cool.
Oh, you
it
still have
costs.
that problem?
This observer is just so salty.
I mean,
and
I still
angry.
haven't missed kills though. I'm just insane.
Smoke out here. Here comes
Radiant's
Iceberg.
under attack.
24 to 28. The net worth just about dead even, but this one could help tip the game into their favor as they get a good jump onto the CK in the mid lane. Brax coming in to help out as well, and they'll blast him apart. Brax gets the last hit. Here comes Iceberg and company with an Aegis in hand to be able to hit it home. They find Stinger on the high ground. He will also get slashed apart. No Echo defense potentially unless they want to buy him out. And they're not done yet. Hard hits in up and above towards the top lane. They're going to be able to snipe down Charlie as payback here. Is that going to be enough to slow down Iceberg and their advancement
Are under attack.
down the bottom and mid lane? Looks like Brax is already going to work on the racks.
Radiant's
In the
middle
bottom.
tower has fallen.
Unhealable.
Yep, that's
Healable.
Yeah, look at this. We can just look up here. It's already almost
damage.
full. Alright, these guys.
We need a graph that shows how much buildings healed after the game.
Move in from Clairvoyance, trying to disrupt everything in the back lines. Pepita right in there with the epicenter, helping to get the takedown of jabs, but those Serpent Wards continue to go to work. And with those little Treants, they're going to be able at least to secure one Rax down. They might be able to get a hold of Bryle. Now, he does have the Aegis here.
BKB.
Put Aquila.
Can he find a way out? Blink is going to be up. BKB, he uses both, and he's able to make it away. Stinger, though, on the chase. They even commit the dust. Is he going to keep going forward here? Yes, he is. Blinks on in, but silence is there from Bryle. Leo style, though, on the case. Moves in, gets the Yules, and another Blink, and a Haste Rune. See you later, nerds. But the Fissure's there. The move in, the Echo. They don't want to let him get away, but he is finally going to be able to make it out.
He has a Bloodthorn now, too.
Convenient runes for little Bryle to be able to make it out.
The big difference there was actually Charlie's death on the Anti-Mage. I think in that situation, I know Lacoste is grinning ear to ear, but I think you have to think about where the other team is. If they were bottom in their jungle, it wouldn't make much sense for them to be smoked there farming, or they would have come mid to help the CK. And they couldn't really be anywhere else. Like, they wouldn't be huddled in base either. So if you're the anti-mage top, I think you back off there. Either join your team or wait for them to show. And if he's alive there, it gives them a bit more firepower in the ensuing fight, and they maybe take a Rax off.
Yeah, a lot of questionable deaths by anti-mage. I mean, he can farm elsewhere. There are more, I don't know, spaces to farm that are more safe, especially on his side of the jungle. But he's farming over aggressively. That's why he has 2 items on the, 30 minutes. Plus, I see he has a butterfly queued up. I don't think that's the choice. He needs a survivability item. Either Vanguard, BKB, everything is magical damage.
And this is the point where it's going to start to matter, like the damage that he does, and or like, you know, if he had like an Abyss or something, because there isn't a lot of big team fight control on the side of Iceberg, and you're counting on the damage from Templar Assassin, Nature's Prophet. You see the BKB duration starting to go down for the TA, and that's going to give them options to control him up. So
yeah,
he's maybe past his most dangerous part of the game in terms of momentum and progression. They need Anti-Mage to come online now if they want to be able to win these fights.
I almost would think it would have been silly if one of them got like a Glimmer or a Pipe or something. It's really an excessive amount of magical team fight coming out from Infamous. You're only really hefty
Iceberg
right
almost
clicker.
has it. If he decides to go for it, might go for a Blink Dagger just to try to split push more. They have Anti-Mage with Manta Style, Fury, and Rasta. They should be able just maybe sacrifice one, deal some damage on tier 3 towers as well. Should be okay. If they can drag the game, I don't know, split push always works.
Yeah. Definitely feels like it's more favorable for Iceberg as the game does progress. Happy to split through the map here. But we'll see what Infamous can do to kind of maintain their pressure. They found good picking opportunities. Oh, they get bopped with the Nature's Prophet ulted on their side, so they know that there's some vision somewhere, but they can't seem to find it. There's so much mass detection and map vision, as we called out in the draft for Team Iceberg. It's got to be a little frustrating for Infamous.
I mean, I don't know what the butterfly is for. The only right-click damage they have is CK.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, Enchanted Totem doesn't miss.
Okay, smoke. Bryle's there. They blink in to catch him. The Burrow's there. He still has that BKB, but can they offer enough firepower to go for the finish? He ends up popping the BKB and running on out, and Clairvoyance jumps in to save the day, locks him down with the cogs, and they'll have to settle for the little robot man instead. Looks like they should be able to get him. But the more juicy pick in Bryle is able to make it out. Plus, Brax is even going to cut the mid lane wave, so they can't really push down mid too hard.
Yep, all 3 lanes are getting pushed in by Dire right now.
Yep.
What did Rasta buy besides mana boots?
This guy just bought back, huh? Alright, my bad. He has a trying to get a Glimmer. He's struggling.
They're using what creeps they have to move on in with this Phantasm to really hit Iceberg's base right in the mid lane. The Glyph is going to be forced out, but look at those structures fall, man. They are chunking it apart. Now it's going to be Charlie forced to step in. They clear out those illusions. A follow-up Hex looking to go for the grab onto CK. They get a helpful force. Hit him with the slow trap. Oh, nice little silence there onto the Sand King as he tries to step in to help out. Clairvoyance looking to go in the back lines. Cogs them back forward, but he ends up losing his own life. Is the turnaround going to be here now for Infamous? A jump in, a burrow connection, and they're going to take out the Shadow Shaman. He still has those wards and was able to use them. Jump in, though, from Charlie. Gets out the Mana Void, but he gets hit with a dunk. They turn around to blast him apart. Can they get him down in time? Oh, Charlie makes it back inside the high ground, barely alive, as Bryle's able to step in. He dishes out the right clicks, trying to take it back to the CK. CK on the run with nowhere to go. Brax able to slow him down with the Sprout. The trap's also there, and here we go. Triple kill for Bryle.
Very big ulti from Anti-Mage right there. AA had no mana. I don't know, it was a bit cocky from Anti-Mage, but it worked, so I don't know. Maybe he calculated it.
Yeah.
There's some miss from Butterfly, which he just finished.
And most importantly, they held that melee Rex in the wake of that fight, so it looked a little messy at the start with Clairvoyance kind of guiding them away. But taking them away from each other to combo the spells was a pretty important effect in that fight, so productive death from Clairvoyance.
Hard move in. Is this going to be our first 1-1 series of King's Cup here? Iceberg trying to make it so. They move in. They're able to clear out one Rax, but they're going to lose their anti-mage just after here, and the chase is on. Slow traps there, but the coil finds connection. He's going to be forced to pop his BKB and blink on out. And the rest of Infamous here, do they just truck their way down mid lane? Because look what's happening back inside the base. Brax is in the mid lane now. He's got a Sprout out, and he's just simply right-clicking down the ranged Rax. He's going to pop the BKB and go for the finish. He gets it. Pops the Shadow Blade, goes for the TP, pulls out the taunt, but he will end up getting dropped at the end. Still, though,
I guess see him?
Mission successful.
Is there a sentry ward, or a Shadow Blade does not work if you have a BKB pop?
He dusted him.
He swapped in the dust right before.
Oh, he dusted. All right.
Well, they got the. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a ranged Rex, but it's a Rax, right? Would you say worth it?
Yeah.
In all chat?
Like
maybe
type.
That's the key question here. Would you say in all chat?
I'd say it under my breath, but not in all chat.
Question mark.
God, this actually has healed up from like 200 life twice now. It's nuts. In case people
when is Roche spawning?
It has.
Oh.
Puck's going to clear out bottom and then TP mid here.
Yeah, Infamous are just trucking down this mid lane again. Is this desperation, or is this taking advantage of maybe Iceberg having low cooldowns, no cooldowns, or buybacks? I'm not too sure.
Just all their ultis out.
Yeah, so here they go at it again. Phantasm, 3 illusions spawn. And already Bryle trying to clear them apart. Move and dunk comes out from Stinger right on top of their head. They're going to quickly take out the AM, but he promptly buys back as Bryle swings it in. They're going to be able to get the finish onto the Earthshaker on the outside. Jump on out. Can they get the grab? Yes, they'll get a hold of Clairvoyance, but the pop is there from the AN. Help him get the finish. The CK's out. Infamous in trouble as Bryle hits it home with a double kill at the end. A 3-for-1 trade, 2 if you count that buyback. And Iceberg defend again.
The
Flag
buyback
on
from
the play.
AM, though. Sorry.
Yeah, and they have a vision on Roche right now with the trap, so they will go for it.
This guy's
Dig it.
nuts. This guy might stop Roche single-handedly. Doesn't look like it, though.
No buybacks here from Infamous. I think depending on how this game finishes, they might be kicking themselves because they took a few over-aggressive fights. It seems like they got sucked into a couple fights they did not need to take with their spells down, and that really just affected their timings. I think in terms of keeping the anti-mage down, they definitely checked that box at the start. They did okay in lanes. Could have gone better, but really it was just Bryle just standing up for Iceberg mid-game. But those deaths, those kind of team wipes from taking bad fights for Infamous just really slowed them down that much more. And just to see how close they were to just ending 2 lanes from Iceberg right now. So really those details just come back and they matter.
Now it's Iceberg's time, clearing out the final outer tower, that top tier 2. And that allows them to move right into the high ground here. The Serpent wards get dropped right away. Charlie in a bit of trouble here. They do chomp down the cheese just in time before the Ice Blast does come in. Stinger looking to go for a bit of lockdown onto Bryle, but he gets scooted on out, and this tier 3 should get dropped here just on the back end of this glyph. And Iceberg rotate back. Uh-oh. Moving from Stinger. Could be in a bit of trouble, but he has that Lotus Orb. Jumping, though, from Claire. Catches him with the hook shot. He drops the cogs. He gets forced on out right into the team, and he's dead. creating a bit of space, I guess, for the rest of Iceberg to safely create some space between themselves.
I've seen some very productive deaths from Clairvoyance here in the mid to late game.
You say, what'd you say? Creative deaths?
Productive
Oh,
deaths.
okay.
Means of production.
And you're not always able to get players to do that. I think a lot of players, you
Did
get
this?
flamed or
The KDA, my pride of the KDA's on the
not
line.
even, that might be a small part of it. But
Yeah, if this Chaos Knight didn't have his Midas, he would have fell so far behind. He's been trying to get this Assault Cure since like 28 minutes in. He has fallen like pretty far behind. Even though he's bottom of the whatever.
Yeah. Of all the cores, he is definitely at the bottom.
in this sense, I do kind of like the butterfly pickup because really the only thing that seriously threatens them is kind of the Chaos Knight at this point. The other cores don't really do that kind of sustained damage. He is obviously the anti-mage already, so maybe
Jack,
he's
he
not
dies in one stun from sanking.
maybe.
Who?
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage? Yeah, Anti-mage, if he gets hit in a
Well,
bad spot.
if he gets comboed by himself, yes, he's dead. But I don't know if it's not like the Abyssal would save him in that situation.
Yeah. Not Abyssal, but a BKB.
He's getting it now.
BKB is queued up for Charlie here, it would seem. That will help significantly. The late 10 seconds in this game would be pretty much invaluable. We've seen pretty much the slowest phase of Infamous this whole game, kind of recognizing they're not in really fighting contention. They are going to grind their way through the farm, try to reset things up. Is it probably on them to kind of make a smoke play and some sort of unique approach, or is there another way they can kind of go about this game? Because outside of that, they've been just kind of trucking down this mid lane.
It's going to be pretty tough. They're going to have to catch Iceberg just overextending or trying to chase for a kill, which they don't really need to do because they can very easily just push the lanes out and they have the lane pressure advantage from barracks as well.
Where did Radiant scan at?
They scanned where there was smoke. I mean, they don't know there's smoke. They just know they're there, but...
Uh-oh, Pepita.
Boomer.
He does blink away. Trouble was coming. Hook shot's not there. They move in, though. They still spot Stinger. He has the Ghost Scepter, but I don't think he's making it away. They just jump in. He does manage to get the dunk off, turn around, allows him to get the blast finish on the Clairvoyance. Stinger is still there. He even gets the enchant totem onto Bryle. Bryle will eventually catch him with that right click. But is this a decent fight for Infamous here? They hide within the trees, but look at Leo Style looking to go for the catch onto Jabs, who was forced to drop down the Serpent Wards outside the base. A double kill now for the Puck. He is godlike this game.
I don't think Leo Stell's ever not godlike anymore.
He's crazy. 17, 3, and 12 on the Puck right now, and they're still continuing to trail behind.
He's going for the Astral Blade. Well, you could already buy it if you really want. He has 6K, 420 gold per minute.
That money is flying up right now.
Look at it. That's just nuts. Can't be right.
Pepita could be in trouble. Jump in from Charlie, but it looks like it's fine. Hits the Sandstorm, should be able to back up the teams nearby. In fact, he thinks about making a move in, but could warrant a rotation from Iceberg. Charlie's thinking about to jump in. Bryle's there too. They both get hit with that Ice Blast. Oh, Leo Style, he eats a hard shot as he tries to jump on forward, so he might have to evacuate. And Iceberg, here comes a Stampede.
And the key here is they can kite the Chaos Knight ulti if they can't hold in place. He doesn't have it for 60 seconds, so it's the main source of their damage here.
Ooh, Charlie, chuck it away. The Rax is down. Pepita moves in, looks to go for the Burrow Strike. Leo was heading back to base to heal on up, but already the Raxes are going to be down. They jump in anyways with the Epicenter with all they've got. But Bryle able to just scoot himself out from trouble, makes it back to the rest of the team. Charlie still inside the base. It looks like he's been spotted. They hit him over the fissure, but up on the other side, they are going to get the hold of Clairvoyance. Sacrificial kill once again, but the damage had been done. Iceberg clear out the top racks. 2 sets of racks. All the racks are down. Mega's rack.
Charlie's still in here. They actually stopped his TP, but he's just like, guys, don't say anything. Just pretend. Just hide behind the tree.
Look at that. And it's looking closer to Iceberg being a win in the second game and we getting our first 1-1 series.
Jack?
Unless you guys think that somehow, some way, Infamous are going to pull this one off against Megas. I don't know.
I don't think they have enough building. Like, they can't even base race, right? If they really want to, all they have is a CK who does decently. But then, I mean, Bryle can just outpush them single-handedly.
Arcane Rune. Oh, Charlie grabs it. He goes for the Manta. He's just going to get hit with an Ice Blast, but he just pops up the AA. But look at this, a move in from Stinger.
No buyback.
And that is the kill on AM. He's out for 2 minutes.
But
Show the buyback status.
He's got buyback in about 30 seconds, though, so he'll be fine. He'll be able to come back into this.
Jumping from Claire,
Oh.
right in front of that Roche pit. They're going back in, this time for Stinger. Stinger caught within. But they'll end up turning it around onto Clairvoyance as the reinforcements show up. 2 down now from the side of Iceberg. But it looks like Bryle and Brax are able to pressure this bottom lane, and no surprise, Infamous are going to have to get back inside the base to just deal with this. Just as they get a couple of sweet kills, it's still too troublesome at home to be able to go out and adventure.
They don't have much to clear the wave right now, the mega creeps. Sure, they have a Sanking, Puck, but it doesn't clear it too fast. Maybe
They can avoid just dying to Mega Creeps, but they have to get the lanes pushed out so far because of the Nature's Prophet and the Anti-Mage for them to actually be able to take a fight or be in a position to threaten Iceberg's base again. So it almost feels like their only opportunity here is if Iceberg goes for the throne and gets wiped. And then there's like a counter push. That's about it.
Seems unlikely, but you could tell Infamous are holding out for that. I mean, we've seen plenty of other early GGs, but it seems like Infamous are content that this is something still feasible. There have been some overzealous plays from Iceberg that could be capitalized on, so we'll just have to see how Iceberg can close things out. That's a feat within itself.
How do we describe this game before the pre-game?
Yeah,
I said wild.
You said wild.
Pretty
not wild. Wild?
I said wild.
What did I say?
You did a fart noise.
That's right.
Dakota said scrumpulicious.
Something like that. And that was probably the best way to describe
Yeah,
it,
absolutely.
really.
You're winning.
Something like crumpulescent or something. Right?
Scrumpulescent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Shouts to-
crumping is?
Crumping?
Yeah.
Isn't that old dance move?
Yeah, but it became hip in like 2008 again. I don't know if that's what you meant by old, but it became hip
Crumpin'.
again. I love crumping.
What did Grant say? What are our
I
observers?
said wild. I've already... Jack,
No,
you
no,
gotta
I
pay
said
attention.
wild.
No, I said wild.
Grant.
Fun. I
Fun.
said
You
fun.
said fun.
Okay.
Jack said wild.
Yeah, Jack, you did say wild. You gotta just back yourself up.
It's a scrumptulescent wild fun fart.
I think scrumptulescent is the most accurate description here.
Okay, here we go. This time now, Iceberg, they're outside the base, like sharks in water, all fronts. Just going to try to split pressure in. And I don't know what kind of opening they're hoping to find and make their move in, but they're just weaseling their way. And they're even going to smoke from the outskirts here, both Jabs and Claire.
My favorite, tier 4 regen.
Yeah, Infamous are just holding on to their jugular here, right, under their Ancient.
Yeah, the problem is, like, the only way to win this game, right, is killing the 2 tier 4s in the throne, which means you would have to all come together, meaning Infamous is just going to they have superior team fight even still. It's going to be very different. It's a stalemate right now. The old Mexican standoff.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They can push out the waves decently, but even CK, you know, it just kind of sucks because you have to hit each of them one at a time.
Yeah, but they know that Iceberg won't come and fight him unless they get, like, a pick-off, and Infamous is fine. Infamous will take this to 90 minutes if they have to.
Pinging on Charlie here, who's inside the base. Hit him with a fissure. There's the move in. There's the burrow. Counter. Jump in from the clockwork. Now they hunt to move in for Stinger, who's waiting on the side, but he has the Shadow Blade, hides under it. It is going to be Jabs, blasted on down. That's no Serpent Wards here for Iceberg. And Charlie just going in right for the tier 4, looking to break it apart. He'll be able to get one down. And then they head back out towards the mid lane, popping the BKBs. They are going to get the quick finish onto CK.
No buyback.
Bryle now godlike, and as you mentioned, no buyback available for the CK. This could be the beginning of the end here for Infamous in game number 2, but they're going to move in fighting. Pepita with the burrow, a long reach to the outside, but can't quite even get the finish onto Clairvoyance. They have to overextend for it while Charlie gets back to work. The other tier 4 will fall, and now the Ancient is exposed. Stinger's going to be able to get off a nice little dunk to get the finish onto that Aegis, but it is still Iceberg's game. Charlie swinging it about. Where's our boy Bryle at? Down that bottom lane. But the Ancient is now taking damage. Bryle returns, and he begins to go to work, and it's looking like Iceberg are going to be securing game number 2 of this 2-game series.
Not
it's
yet,
the longest game at about 50 minutes in, but have I spoken too soon? They have blasted apart Bryle, and it looks like they will also get the finish onto Brax. They both go down. They can't get the finish, and I'm going to just slowly eat my words here. Okay, they taste good.
Oh, Brax dying. I mean, the throne's so low now, though. Like, if they see him 5-man pushing, TA can just, like, boots a travel and TP to the base. So this is going to be just another 10, 15 minutes, I think.
I also have a Shaman with wards at the ready. I don't think he has the money. He did have the money if he wanted to upgrade to bots, but awkward.
It won't take that long, but yeah, Infamous, they needed that situation to happen before everything had fallen, and just Iceberg was smart. They weren't going to allow that to happen. They were going to kind of split their way into the base as well, so that you can't dump all your AoE in one spot. And I think when they come back to life, they're just going to be able to pop their BKBs and zerg down this throne.
Because there's
no glyph for
doohickey,
almost 4 minutes. So
no, that thingy that helps.
The doohickey, the Fanoogler.
Yeah,
they don't have
my
one
favorite.
of those.
I mean, yeah, the win condition for Radiant is nearly non-existent.
They're thinking about going for it, though.
There's a Shadow Shaman.
That's a move.
He's got the Invis rune. He's coming in for that Guerrilla Warfare Clairvoyance once again. Engage in some productive dying over here.
While that happens, Jabs is inside their base as a Shadow Shaman, just kind of casually hanging out. I'm looking for him to go for that Ancient here while that's happening in the mid lane. We'll see.
There are no creeps in the base, though, so...
Yeah.
Maybe the dying wasn't as productive as they needed it to be. Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, look at Leo's though.
Yeah, that Shaman's going to be waiting there a while if he's hoping for creeps to kind of make this
double damage
anti-mage.
Uh-oh.
Can he just do it without through backdoor?
We're about to see.
Yeah, he definitely
He's
can.
running in for it. Oh, they're going for it, and they do the boots of travel, jump on the jab, it's over just like that. Okay, hello. Good game. It's all done. It's going to be Iceberg victory for game number 2. This series gets split 1-1 apiece.
That means there's only one team at the top now.
And that is
Jack's team.
VGJ Storm with their 2-0 earlier.
A lot of momentum with our convincing, sweep today. So.
Yeah. Shout out to Iceberg Simpson if you don't know who that is.
Iceberg Simpson?
Yeah, that's Riff Raff's alter ego, the rapper. Iceberg Simpson.
Game number 2, I think that was our longest game
of
King's Cup. No, I don't know where the hell you are with that, you wigger. But we have Infamous falling just a bit short. This game felt like pretty good, confident start for him. It was a bit unnerving with the anti-mage and his item selection feeling a bit frail, getting picked off from time to time, but they were able to kind of keep it together. Bryle stepped up on a TA on his game 2.
Two godlikes from Bryle and Leo Style. Leo Style once again showing good game, but
yeah, he had a sick game, 22-4. He had the best KDA in the game.
We were talking about the picks. Do you think that Chaos Knight was the right last pick? They needed like physical damage, but
yeah, I mentioned that they need a heavy right clicker or more for maybe a Terrorblade would have been a better choice.
Yeah,
maybe not a Terrorblade because they can just back off. I'm not a big fan of the hero. Once you use meta, they just not the meta as a meta style, metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Can we call his ability a different like? Not to use the word metamorphosis.
Just call it morphin.
The difference with the Terrorblade is that they'd be able to take those towers earlier, and the illusions also when they're able to get together and take objectives, it just feels like there's a little bit more pressure there because the CK he needs more of those items up to really make those illusions scary.
Yeah.
Terrorblade it just feels like comes online a bit sooner in that sense, even if he's weaker as a laner. In terms of comboing. So that would be the trade-off there if they went with the Terrorblade. And there were a couple times where they got sucked into some really bad fights and maybe thought they could put their foot in the jugular and really just knock Iceberg out, and instead of Iceberg turns things around. So a back-and-forth game. I'm sure that both teams can take away quite a bit from this.
Yeah, big shout out to Clairvoyance, 1-19. My man, who?
Just shy of the Milk Award.
We have a we have someone calling in right now. Hello?
Hello. Let's see. It sounds like we might have a winner's interview. You are on the phone. Clairvoyance, are you there? What's up, brother?
Huddle, is that you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, it's been a long time. It's been a while since Tia. How have you been doing, sir?
I've been great. It's great to hear that voice. It's great to see you, Claire, back in Dota action right now. Congratulations on that Game 2 win. Were you guys nervous at the start?
I don't think nerves is too much of an issue for us, despite the fact that I got some new boys coming in here. But it sucks to say, it sucks to go into a game 2 knowing you lost game 1. It's losing is never a fun thing, and I'm glad to say that we were able to adapt appropriately for the time being.
Yeah, tell us a bit about game number 1. What happened with game 1?
Oh, call him, man. Game 1 was rough, man. I gotta put it simply, I got some 3-2-2 players on my team for which I can't specify any targets or individuals, but no, I'm just kidding. Dota's a team game, It's at some points you crumble, and sometimes you forget about that. For example, Earthshaker Blink, if you notice the Papita, he had that $6 million Echo Slam on our entire team.
Yep.
We tried to sneak in a Roche right after. We don't know if it was scouted by the smoke or not. I thought at the time it would be a good play to call for. Unfortunately, they actually had vision on me or something when I was going to their shrine, and they caught me off guard, so it was another 4v5 instance once again. It was kind of just spiraled down from hill from there. We took the Roshan kill, but we were unable to get the Aegis pick up itself, and at that point, they just got like a 5k lead and just ran with it.
Yep. Oh, yeah. What's up, Clairvoyance? Grant here. Your
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, dude? Long time no see.
What are you talking about? We see each other every day.
Yeah,
FPL and stuff.
yeah, I see you. I was just wondering, 1-19, but you got the W. What were you feeling?
Bro, for me, Dota 2, it's a strategy game, I'm the type of guy, I lay my, in the Catholic religion, they talk about laying one's life down for a friend. That's the type of captain I want to embody. This is why I have 19 deaths. It's not because any misplays or anything like that. It's entirely because it was well crafted from the beginning. It was a calculated strategy where I would just go in, bait as much spells as possible, and absolutely not feed for nothing.
What a martyr.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just I know you talk about you have some young players and all that. I mean, Bryle, right? Everyone's talking about him.
Tell us about your little high school friend Bryle over here.
Yeah, is he the new hot thing or what?
Without going into too much details, I will say this team is actually handcrafted by Bryle.
Okay.
The players were selected by himself.
Wait, he wanted
we had
you?
a long discussion for ideas. Yeah, and hey, come on. That's not fair to me. Come on, bro. You can't do. Anyways, what ended up happening was, if you recall, in the previous season before TI, I actually took Bryle to run the open qualifier with me, and I discovered him in the matchmaking scene, where he was just a 7K player, but sometimes something clicks. It's like when some people saw Sumail before he was joining EG. You could just tell some of these guys they're gonna become a star in the future. They just have the it factor. And for me, Bryle's that kid. Another 6 months later, all of a sudden, this guy's 8.5K, ranked 7 on the leaderboard. Well respected by a lot of pros. Arteezy and I talk about him very, very highly. Yep. Respect his gameplay a lot. That is not to say, he's got a long way to go. Everybody's got a long way to go. And if you saw some of those deaths in game 1, I think that definitely tells a different story of a growing player. Yeah. But again, it's a growing process. We got to take it, we got to go with it, and give it some time for it to nurture. Yeah,
man, he's exciting to watch. We had a lot of fun casting the Invoker game he had yesterday too. Yep. So it was fun to see him show off.
Just one more thing, Iceberg Esports is an official sponsor, correct?
Okay, so to give you a heads up on Iceberg is a new project that was started about 2 weeks ago by a nice man named Dan. I believe they're expanding into esports territory as they want to. They're from Old Fnatic Management, and they wanted to expand into esports as a Canadian. I don't want to say exclusive, but they want to headline the title as a Canadian organization. I don't know too many details at the moment, but it's something that we're working with for the time being, and maybe we'll have some good news in the future.
That's exciting, man. I'm happy for you. It's good to see a lot of familiar names and faces and some new up-and-comers get these kind of opportunities. That's awesome. You guys are looking hot.
I liked how you played this game, Clairvoyance. Like, not too many. A lot of players are, they won't have these maybe productive deaths, or maybe they start to worry about that. But it felt like every time you sacrificed yourself, there was some greater good going on in this game. So that was fun to watch. You almost got the Milk Award. Unfortunately, you took a kill and died one less time.
I'll get it next time. Don't worry. So it's my pleasure, Jack. I never had an opportunity to see and talk to you, but I got a lot of respect for you for not only your translations, but obviously Reddit praises you a lot for your charisma. You seem like a swell guy. I look forward to meeting you.
I would like to see that charisma sometime.
Man.
Thanks, man. I wish you were here. My co-panelists don't feel that way, but it's
yeah, I don't know what Reddit is talking about at all.
Clairvoyance, thank you so much for coming by and giving us a little bit of the insight and joining us for this interview. You guys were awesome in game number 2, and we wish you the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks for having me.
Take care, man.
See ya.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the closing of the series, but don't go too far. We're going to head back over into the courtyard to round out the day. We'll cut to a break. When we come back, it's time to finish day 2 of Kings Cup America.